Hey guys, how you doing? That's I'm sorry to hear that. Yeah, I've been out for a bit. We're gonna get in here pretty quick here. I actually got pneumonia. Hey, iconic Ian has joined the chat. I'm still a little sick. I got really sick for a while there, everybody. But I'm feeling a lot better now. Uh, yeah, it was a rough time, but so I want to do something a little different. Being as I have not been on in a few minutes. So let me move over here. What we're actually going to do is check out the Tectonic mod. I picked two seeds that I thought would probably, provide a pretty good overview. And nothing, excuse me, I may cough a little bit here and there, but we'll try not to. Ian says, again, I would super chat, but I spent all my money on other streamer without realizing it. That's okay. I do not ever ask anyone on here for money. I do not do this for money. Money's always appreciated. Nobody truly will admit to disliking money, but that is not why I'm here. So you don't feel like you need to do anything. You're welcome for indefinitely to enjoy this stream for free. Yeah, so I'm going to start a new world here. We're going to... I'm still going to do it in hardcore because it's a hardcore channel. Yeah, Tectonic, I've heard good things about it, and what I'm planning to do, and the reason I'm doing this is when the new version comes out, I plan on starting a new world soon. I think it might be time. Let's just name this test 1. And I wanted to, I wanted to do something. I wanted to up the stakes a little bit and try and incorporate a terrain generation mod. And I may check out, there's another couple of them that I've been looking at. I don't want to, completely, I don't want to go crazy. I don't want to add anything to vanilla, but as far as terrain generation, Tectonic looks like a good choice. So this is the seed. Let's go ahead and create world. Hopefully this works out. But okay, let's just give this a second. But yeah, it's good to see everyone. Yeah, it has been it's been a little bit. But yeah, like I said, pneumonia. Well, I got strep. This is what happened. So I got strep, and it was pretty bad. It wasn't. I've had worse, but that actually became pneumonia somehow, and really put me down for a bit. I'm gonna let. I've got my render distance way out here. Let me give this a second to load in, and but I did peek inside of this seed. So right over there is quite a stony peak. So we're gonna go over there. Let's go ahead and we'll grab just a couple things here. We'll grab some basic stuff, but I do know there's a little village over there, and then a stony peaks I want to check out. And then once we'll kind of take a look at this seed, and then we'll look at one more seed. It's in where I'm going to have a bunch of electrical components, and I'm going to practice electrical. Very nice. I'm glad to see you were streaming some hardcore there. Let me not get too distracted here. Let's go ahead and make our stuff here. We're going to make some basic tools. God, I'm rusty. Yeah, wrong. Oh, I feel like I haven't played in... Well, I mean, I haven't played in quite a bit. You're trying to stream hardcore. Well, you should stream some hardcore. Streaming hardcore is fun. It will definitely keep you on your toes. We'll take this with us. We're gonna walk. You can start to see it loading in over there. That is that's Tectonic. Tectonic. It does a couple things. You can see like how insane. I mean, we're essentially just in kind of a plains here, but you can see like how smooth the terrain is. This is definitely not vanilla generation. You can see how it's very, like, there's a very gradual slope, and then this monstrosity over here is just ridiculous, and I want to go check that out. I'm really excited at the prospect of using this for a world. Finding a good place to set up, so like a mountainous area. I feel like it's pretty interesting terrain to work with. There's a little jungle over here. There might be. Let's see what's over here. I'm pretty sure there's a little village right here. Down here somewhere. Yeah. Okay. There's a village right there. So we'll hit that village up, and grab some basic stuff like some food, and then we're just gonna mess around and check out this seed. I think it's a pretty cool seed. But just look at this, it's so much more interesting as far as terrain generation goes. So we can get down here to the bottom without falling to our death. This is super steep. It might be a little choppy as I'm walking into unloaded chunks because this is pretty stressful. But once we get some chunks loaded in, it should settle down a little bit. So we can get over here to this village, see what they've got to offer over here. But welcome in, and if it's your first time, welcome to the stream. I'm getting back to normal. I feel much better than I did even just a few days ago. They put me on some fairly potent medication to pull me from the brink with the pneumonia. But let's grab a couple hay bales. Let's get some bread at least. I want to climb up this stony peak. There's a lot of villagers down there. Is this all children? What's happening here? There's a lot of baby villagers. Just to be kind of here. Is there a blacksmith maybe? Because that'd be super handy. I mean, we can grab some iron up top. Look at that. That is so cool. I mean, that's wild. Like, that is definitely not not your standard stony peak. Let's grab some stone real quick so we can find some. That was a lot of baby villagers. I don't think I've ever seen that many baby villagers just right out of the gate like that. Let's grab some stone. Oh, it's got a blacksmith. We got two iron, 3 apples, and 2 saplings. That's a pretty disappointing blacksmith. I'll admit it. Let's make some tools. Make some bread. What am I doing? Yeah, you can tell I haven't played in a minute. It's all coming back to me. It's like riding a bike. There we go. We'll very quickly see what else. And we're not going to be in here for like hours. We're just checking out the seed, checking out Tectonic. The other seed that I found is really cool for a totally different reason, and we'll get into that one in a little bit. Armadillo there. But yeah, it's just it's so cool to see just this terrain generation. I mean, look at how smooth that is. And I don't know if I'm guessing the build height is higher, has been lifted in Tectonic. It may not be, but those are very tall stony peaks. I mean, that's kind of, I'm really interested to see what is up there and what might be on the other side of it. So we will go up there. And where are you coming from, bro? but as far as I know, there's really a couple things that or Tectonic does. I keep saying Terralift. One being, it smooths out the generation, and intensifies like mountains. But the other thing it does is it actually changes the way rivers work in Minecraft. It will actually run a river. If it runs into a mountain, it will create a cavernous opening through the mountain and continue the river on, which is really cool. And I found an example of that in another seed. I'll show you guys in a little bit. It's pretty cool. All right, we don't need a bunch of stuff. We're gonna head up top here. It may get choppy again because I'm loading in a bunch of chunks, but we can kind of deal with it. I'm gonna grab some dirt just to help us climb this. It's not exactly climb friendly. This guy's talking about McDonald's. McDonald's have bought out an apple McFlurry along with 2 different meals to coincide. That sounds really good, actually. Oh. I like McDonald's, you know. Oh, there's a whole bunch of... Look at this. I haven't seen a baby armadillo yet. That's adorable. All right. Checks out. Okay. This is going to be quite a trick. I think it'll be worth it, though, to get up there and then, I was trying to get... So I've gotten the Distant Horizons mod working. That's all well and good. This is a very strange light issue that's happening right here. The issue that the reason I don't have it in here is I was not able to. So mods is just a constant hassle. I really hate that it's such a hassle, but basically, it's a constant battle of like what mods are conflicting with what, and so I should have grabbed a bed. Why didn't I grab a bed? And so, like, I got, Tectonic working, and then I got it working with my shader pack, which is great. And then I tried to add, like, the sounds mod, and it had a conflict with a mod that's needed for Tectonic, and then, it just turned into a whole mess, so... I could not get Distant Horizons working with Tectonic, and I just kind of gave up. This is really incredible, but we don't need Distant Horizons to see just how impactful Tectonic is. This is really this is just really cool. Another village down there. We may walk out that direction a little bit. We'll pop in that little village and just see what's just beyond this. One of the best things about it is just how smooth it makes the terrain. It really changes the look of it. I think they added baby dolphins now. That would be cool. Most of the promos McDonald's do are USA exclusive, so although I knew they were making one, it was only the day I found out it was in the UK as well. Well, that's got to be... that's good. That's got to be... a little access to the American classic McDonald's. There's really and I don't mind talking about this if anybody wants to. I'm sure there are people watching the stream and in the chat that you're from the U.S., so you know all this stuff. But if you're not from here, in my estimation, a bunch of zombies coming up to meet us. How friendly! It's a little welcoming party as we try to hightail it down to this village here. Definitely a lot easier going down the side of the mountain than going up. The way I look at, there's really... McDonald's is kind of the OG. Hardee's is pretty old as well. In the U.S., Hardee's been around for a very long time. And they are a completely different feel to McDonald's. But And so I kind of look at burger joints as like how unique are they, and Five Guys has got to be one of the best. Okay, we're definitely gonna go check that out. We're gonna sleep real quick, and In-N-Out Burger. Now the issue with In-N-Out Burger, it is fantastic, but you really, it's not available. Let me sleep. Oh my gosh. It's not available where I live in the U.S. because they will only put a store within 24-hour drive of their meat packing facility, so you can't get In-N-Out really on the East Coast, which is where I live. But okay, is it daytime again? It is daytime again. But I do love a good burger, and it can be a cheap burger. It doesn't have to be a highfalutin, $15 burger. There's some. Actually, that's one of the things about In-N-Out in California is, or at least when I've been there, it's really one of the cheapest places to eat, and some of it's just a fantastic burger. Yeah, look at this. Do I need to grab any? Let's grab a bed, just in case we hang out long enough we need to sleep again. There's no bed in here. There's one in here. Pardon me. We're gonna take that. Thank you. But yeah, this also feels like what I'm walking toward down here. This also feels something that it just seems like it'd be odd to see in a vanilla world. This random smooth beach right here in the middle of this forest. It just seems kind of odd. I want to get over here and take a look at these mountains. And this is kind of what I'm talking about. This is a great seed. I really didn't spend that much time looking for seeds to check out. I tried like 3 or 4, and two out of the 4, I think it was 4, were just like instant winners. I knew they would be good ones to check out. And this is one of them. Yeah, look at this beach. Forgetting to eat here. So cool. And hop up here. Yeah, that's just like such a great mountainous area. Makes me want to go a little bit further into these woods. But yeah, I'm leaning toward using Tectonic. You can check out some other ones on stream, some other terrain generation mods. But from what I've looked at in other videos, Tectonic is probably the way to go for me. Because it does not change any of the vanilla. There's no new blocks. There's no new biomes. Nothing like that. It's really just how the... it obviously makes some adjustments to the Perlian noise that Minecraft uses to create terrain, and just kind of smooths it out and intensifies it. It's almost like an amplified world, but not quite. But yeah, look at that. I mean, it's just like this is a perfect building site. I mean, that's probably ocean out that way. I'll tell you what, we'll hop in a boat real quick. We'll go down this canal, and then oh, here we go. Here we go. I'm so glad I looked over there. Let's do this real quick. Let's make a boat. And this is the other thing that Tectonic does. Instead of just... this is incredible. Instead of just ending, standard Minecraft, this might poke into a small cave or something, but ultimately this river would just end right here. But as you can see, it just continues on, and that is not a failure of chunk loading over there. I'm pretty sure we're looking out to the other side of this mountain range, and then we just have this amazing, lush water cave. Wow. Hang on, I'm going to get a screenshot real quick. A couple screenshots. There we go. Do a little bit of flashback recording here. This stream I will leave up on the YouTube channel. Normally I just keep the streams to the Patreon, but I'm gonna leave this one up, so I'll actually put a thumbnail on it. And I mean, how cool! Like, this is incredible. Like, this is just like. I mean, you gotta love this. How clear this water is. It's wild. The other thing, what is happening here? Wow, this is like some sort of glitch. Whoa, that is weird. Yeah, you could definitely make a base in here. I'm having there's definitely some sort of like chunk loading issue that's happening right here. Let's do this. Let's quit out real quick. We'll save that replay. Let's go back in to see if it will load. Yeah, there we go. All right. That's where I came in. Like, this is just a massive tunnel underneath this mountain. I mean, like, I was thinking the other day, like, I'd really love to build like a cove, like an actual cove, like kind of like the cove that you would see. I don't know if you ever played Dark Souls 2, but there's a particular cove with a ship in it in Dark Souls 2. It's just such a neat area. And you could make it in Minecraft, but it would be a lot of work to produce something like this in vanilla Minecraft would be just a whole heap of work. And this is massive. Look how this is, and right now we are underneath that giant snow-capped mountain that we saw is above us right now. So it's up there. Yeah, I really love this. This is what I love about Minecraft in general, is this kind of exploration and anything that can improve the terrain generation without, you know, messing the game up and adding a bunch of garbage to it or affecting the balance and the difficulty of the game. I think is definitely. I'm a fan. It's insane how big of an area this is. Like, it just doesn't stop. You know, and I think that Tectonic could it, and we'll kind of see it. I'll talk about it a little bit on the next seed. We might be coming to just a creeper chilling out in the most awesome cave ever. There is one aspect of Tectonic that might affect the difficulty. I will talk about it on the next seed because it's going to come up. Look at this. Like, this is just so cool. Grab another bit of screen recording here. I mean, seriously. Absolutely absurd. Did we go in a big circle? We may have just gone into in a big circle, but we could be coming out somewhere else. Yeah, this is where we came in. But I mean, I basically just got lost in there because it's just massive in there. Absolutely amazing. Would recommend 10 out of 10. Absolutely love it. I mean, like if you're looking for something to just kind of ramp up the environment a couple notches, Tectonic is the way to go. All right, we'll hop out of this one. We're gonna jump in. I'm gonna take a look at one more seed. We'll save this. Let's create a new world. Call it test 2. And drop the seed. Both these seeds are on screen if you want to, check out either one of these. Yeah, it's just what are my thoughts on 1.21.5? Whoa. Yeah, I'm not sure how I feel about it yet. I really have kind of avoided information on it because I was worried that I would, it was incumbent upon me to stay in bed for a while there while I was that sick. And so I was avoiding things that might spark me to do anything. Actually, I found out kind of after I started taking so I had what's called walking pneumonia, but there's a medication that they give you when they're treating you for that actually can cause you to very easily injure yourself, like injure ligaments. I'm not a medical doctor, but they do tell you to take it very, very easy. So I don't have a lot to say about it, but I will. And that's kind of part of what this is, guys, is what I'm doing right now is preparing a kind of an ultimate mod pack for myself that I can kind of lock in when the new version comes out and start a new world in the new version with the terrain generation and some other quality of life mods that I want to use. But there'll be more on that. Let's grab. So this is what I was kind of talking about. I'll talk about it now, because. So this is basically what it's Stony Shore. Where is it? I can never find what I'm looking for in this menu. Where's the biome? Coast. Yeah, Stony Shore. So it's a Stony Shore. But because of the fact, look how deep the ocean gets. So it really does change the depth of the oceans, and the height of the mountain ranges and stuff like that. But because this is, normally a Stony Shore, when you see a Stony Shore, you spawn on a Stony Shore, you're fairly low. You're fairly close to sea level. You might be at 78 or 85 Y. But, as you can see, we're at 104 right now on a Stony Shore. And because of that, there's going to be iron all over the place right here. So we'll just get a quick idea. Actually, we need stone first. What am I doing? You can't hold that against me. How often are you at this stage in the game, really? Let's just make a stone pickaxe real quick. Maybe an axe. Yeah. So we'll grab some iron here. But I'm guessing that because of the Y level, because this is Tectonic and it's boosted the Y level, yeah, guys, you're exactly right. Having an elytra with this terrain generation would be really cool. But yeah, because of the terrain Y level, there's just going to be iron all over the place. And, you know, you can normally find some iron. Oh, yeah, look at this. You normally find some iron on a stony shore. But because the Y level is so low in vanilla Minecraft, it's still fairly rare. But this is, you know, this is a stony shore that's about 50% the way to being like a stony peak. Just because, I mean, there's just iron everywhere here. So this is a pretty awesome place to start at. Yeah, there's more there. More there. So yeah, there really is iron all over the place here, which is cool. But I picked this seed not because of this, but I will show you here in just a minute. We need to get back over here. We're going to make a boat. And it's because I found something very similar to what we just saw in the previous seed. I did not know the previous seed had it. But yeah, we won't need food. We're gonna take a quick trip here. Yeah, this is what would normally be a stony shore. You know, it'd be like this high, but since it's terrain's been elevated, you're getting a ton of iron up at that. You know, once you get around 100 Y level and you're just dealing with huge patches of stone, you're gonna start seeing, you know, a pretty good amount of iron. See if I can find this again. I found something really cool when I was checking this seed out. So I'm gonna take a quick paddle over this away. Yeah, okay, I see the icebergs there. It just feels like the terrain that I'm looking for when I start a Minecraft seed. Just the chances of getting that terrain are a lot higher. And you can see how much smoother like this cliff generation is. Like look at that. It's very uniform gradients, which is just super cool. You know, is it cheating a little bit? Kinda, because you know, if you wanted to build up there, the amount of work you would have to do this cliffside to make it look good has severely been reduced because of how smooth it is. You don't have a bunch of awkward, you know, blocks looking all goofy. I think it's right around here. But again, where you have this large mountain, snowy, frozen peak here in the background, it's right here. Yeah, here it is. Yeah, that's exactly right, guys. It's like you can't travel for 50 blocks without seeing a spot where you're like, I need to build a base right there. And that says a lot. It really, but yeah, this I thought was so cool because, you know, this is a fairly large mountain. That's frozen peak that's above us right there is pretty massive. But this underground river actually goes all the way to the other side, and then opens back up into a large body of water. We out, bro. Out of the way. Like, it's just a complete pass-through. And we're on the other side. The other thing, I mean, it's like, how cool is that? That's just such an awesome thing to have in the natural terrain generation. Like, you know, imagine like you're trying to get a villager from one side to the other, and you just have a underground river. But this is the other thing about Tectonic is look how deep this is. Like that's insanely deep. Now there are areas, you know, this deep in vanilla Minecraft, but they're definitely not this common, and they're definitely not this big. So this is just a massive difference in, you know, the average ocean depth is just kind of insane. No, I noticed that a second ago, guys. I didn't start this in hardcore. I totally forgot to click the button. I mean, we're only going to be in here for a few minutes. I just wanted to show everybody this particular sea because it had this just such a cool feature of just passing that underground river, just passing right through the ocean, or right underneath the mountain there. It's just really cool. And you can see this is kind of a giant island, and it has this very well formed, you know, like cliffside all the way around it. So, like, if you wanted to build a small city, that would be an excellent place to do it right there. I may load one more random seed just to see. I'm trying to get an idea on, you know, on average, what these seeds look like. I'm going to go out here a little bit further. It's really incredible. I love the fact that the oceans are so much deeper in Tectonic. That's one thing that's always kind of a bummer. And I think that, you know, just vanilla Minecraft should incorporate some deeper oceans. It would not hurt my feelings to have, you know, oceans that, to some extent, even if it's, you know, 5% of them, 10% of them, that tend to reach bedrock, or not bedrock, but deep slate level. That would not hurt my feelings at all. Wow, there's a lot of drowns out here. Get out here a little bit, and they'll drop in the water. I have my underwater brightness turned up a little bit so I can see a bit better. Yeah, I mean, just look how deep that is. It's insanely deep. Like, look how far that ocean monument is underwater. Just really cool. You have a resource pack that turned the sun and moon into cube and block. That's really cool. Yeah, that's really cool. I need to take a look at my resource. I really don't use a personal resource pack. I probably should. It's in this. I'm gonna make a thumbnail for this once I'm done. I'm gonna leave this stream up. Let's create one more and just see. So again, all of this is just I'm preparing to create a new world. So I'm looking for a seed. That first seed is incredible. That first seed, I'm gonna have a real hard time not using that. Looks like we're just kind of in the middle of a. Let me give this a second to load in. But I've been wanting to do this for a while, so it's really just this is just all about me deciding on what terrain generation mod I'm going to use. see anything around me here. This may just be like a super boring seed. We got ocean out there. Yeah, it's pretty flat. And see, this is the other thing about Tectonic is, excuse me, in an area where there's really just not much going on. You know, it's kind of your standard, oak and birch forest, a little bit of jungle right there. There's nothing. It's not doing anything crazy. What is that? Roses. So you really can't even tell that we're using Tectonic right now. It's only when it's like an exponential amplification of natural terrain variation. So if there was a mountain, if there was like a mountain like this high right there, it would be this high. It would just kind of ramp it up. But this seed's boring. We'll check one more. Get rid of this. We're probably going to delete this. No need to name it. Ugh. Yeah, we might see something here. What? Yeah, we're at Y100 right now, so we're already pretty high. Massive cherry blossom right here. I do have the ambient sounds mod, obviously, if you haven't noticed already. Oh, this is huge. Yeah, look at this. This is like, this is the kind of area that I would kill to find in a world that I'm about to, create a long-term hardcore world in. This seed. This kind of terrain generation with this massive cherry blossom with a frozen peak in the background it can be difficult to find an area like this in vanilla Minecraft. And it just seems to be super common within Tectonic. I've loaded like 6 seeds. 4 of them have had a frozen peak of considerable size within 200 blocks of spawn. Those are pretty good numbers. Look at the heckin' size of this. Whoa. Wow. And there's a the pillager outpost just chilling. That's crazy. That is crazy. Just really, really cool. Absolutely love it. Insane. There's probably a whole lot more mountain in this direction, I would imagine. What's up, goat? That is definitely the largest cherry blossom biome I have ever seen. That is huge. It's still going. some flyover footage of this insane cherry blossom. Like, that looks like a glitch. Really cool. Well, yeah, I think I think I may have to use one of these seats. All right, enough playing around. And if you're just joining us, once again, I have been very ill, and I am back. I'm on the mend. Let's end this. And we're going to hop into Cozy Hardcore real quick and just kind of assess the situation. I haven't been in a bit. When I was here last, we had load in here. What was I doing? It's a bit choppy. Yeah, when I was in here last, because it was like a month ago, we got full netherite. Is what we did. Finally. Should be hearing frogs in here. Let's sleep real quick. Now, I mean, technically, and so technically, you know, the Tectonic mod is active right now inside of this world, but obviously we won't see anything from it unless I load in new chunks, which, you know, I've been a pretty good distance in all directions here, so I really feel like you know, the Cozy Hardcore series has been a lot of fun, and I'm really determining right now whether or not to keep this going or to start a new world in the latest version of Minecraft using Tectonic, and I'm really just not sure yet. I mean, we've done a lot in this world, so I'm you know, I do not have a bedroom. No, I never made a bedroom. The closest thing to a bedroom I made was this little hut right here. Has a little bed up there in the loft. You know, this world has come a long way. And it is cozy. It's very cozy. So I'm indecisive. That's just how I am. I put a ton of work into this world, and but you know, every now and then you gotta change things up. So I'm not sure. Maybe I'll do a vote or something. I'll do like a poll on the channel, find out what everybody thinks. whether we should start a new series or continue this. I feel bad abandoning it, having just gotten full netherite, which really, I have that footage. I haven't released that episode. I have not been able to edit it yet, but that was the fastest I have ever gotten full netherite. That was like under an hour. Keep this world and move to new chunks. And that's a really good idea. That's an excellent idea. Why didn't I think of that? That's all that would need to happen, really, is just to move to new chunks. Because ultimately, I have not been south of here really at all. We've been north, and we've been a pretty good distance west, but the very small chunks through here and really nothing south. So we could do that. We could move and turn this into just one big villager area and build a new base and everything. In a different spot. That's a pretty good idea. I mean, I've also been thinking about, putting Tectonic on the server and just starting just a communal, like, SMP. Obviously, I would not do hardcore mode if I did that. I mean, I could do hardcore mode, but that would be, not everybody would enjoy that, and I don't want, if I have the server open for people to play on, I don't want people to not want to do it because it's hardcore. So, also link the bases in the future by another ice. Yep, I think you're onto something there, Skies. I really think you're onto something with that idea. I think that may be the best way to do it. I really just, I love this little island situation. It's neat, these little islands. It's small, it's quaint. I make a backup for hands since I don't know how Tectonic would blend with normal chunk. Yeah, that's another concern. I think it would probably be okay, or it might be fairly obvious in a very small area, but it probably wouldn't be too bad. Yeah, I just have to push out and see what it looked like. These guys are still going at it over here. That's good. A lot of babies over here, which is excellent. So yeah, I mean, there's just so much progress in this world. I'd love to just keep it going. So we'll see. I think you're onto something there, Skies, which is just updating and then moving to new chunks. I started an iron farm there, but I stopped because there's a different iron farm I want to build. It's an Enex 04 farm that I found recently that I want to make instead of that. But then again, that's kind of where I've been, is do I make it here? Am I going to be at this location where it's going to be in active chunks? I don't know. We'll just have to see. But yeah. Well, I wanted to do about an hour. I'm basically well now, so I will be on kind of a normal schedule again. So I just wanted to get a stream out there and kind of let everyone know I'm still alive, because it's been a rough three almost 4 weeks. But yeah, but it was really good to talk to everybody and see everybody. And I hope you enjoyed seeing, what Tectonic has to offer. I am very impressed with it. I love it. And I'm excited to build around it. I think it's going to be really fun. But yeah, so if you're new, I really appreciate you stopping by. It's a huge help if you like and subscribe. That is just such a big help to a small channel like mine. I really appreciate each and every one of you that have subscribed and liked videos. It's really cool that you do that, and thank you very much. And thanks a bunch, guys. It's good to talk to you, buddy. And Ian, I don't know if you're still in there, but it's good to see you too. But yeah, guys, you'll be seeing me back on here in the next day or so. But yeah, thanks everybody, and I will catch you on the next one.
you.